Hello again. I'm gonna say again, if you haven't seen previous videos, I'm up against my closet. And I have to be quiet. So I suggest you turn up your volume a little bit. Our neighbors are loud. That's fantastic. While I have to be quiet. But let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna say my top 5 favorite Adult Swim shows, and I am doing it in order this time. This really is like the order of how much I actually give a crap about any of these shows. And number 5 is Sealab 2021. It better be 2021. Watch me mess up the number. I've seen the show 1,000 times. From beginning to end, because with all the shows on this list, I've seen them 1,000 times, because I'll just have them playing in the background, especially when I'm in my dorm at nighttime, because I like noise in the background while I go to sleep, because I'm a scaredy cat and I hate the dark. Yeah, how do you even describe Sealab? It's a parody of an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Almost all of the shows on here are a parody of an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Because Cartoon Network is pretty much Hanna-Barbera. Not pretty much, it just is Hanna-Barbera. That's why they have all the property. When the channel first started, they bought all of the Hanna-Barbera stuff. So they have the legal rights to use Hanna-Barbera related things, and Hanna-Barbera was involved with cartoons that were on Cartoon Network. But it was more just giving advice and such. I'm talking about like Powerpuff Girls, the original, like when Craig McCracken was just a cute little baby my age, like that Cartoon Network. I was saying about Sealab. So basically, it's a parody of an old show called Sealab 2020, I believe. And basically they do the same like they do with all of the original Adult Swim shows, except for like one of them I'm gonna list. They basically just took the old animation and then, I don't know, people who do animation know the correct terms of this. I've heard the correct term of this before. I don't remember what the correct term is. Each episode is just bizarre. They die a few times, but then the next episode they're perfectly fine. Like most of the classic Adult Swim episodes. And they basically work in a lab in the sea. And that's it, honestly. They get into strange antics, and that's it. There's times where I don't like some of the jokes. Sometimes the jokes are just stupid. But that's what you get with shows like shows on Adult Swim, that sometimes the joke that's just comedy in general. Number 4. I'm gonna keep looking this way, by the way. I don't know if I'm gonna edit it out. I didn't the last time, so like good luck with this. The 4th one is Harvey Birdman, and that's another Hanna-Barbera parody show of Harvey Birdman, and he's basically a lawyer in this. That's it. And he works for 7 and 7, aka Stephen Colbert. So that's it. To tell you the truth, with most of these, you can't really say the plot to any of these, because quite frankly, there isn't one. But if you like classic Adult Swim, you probably have already seen this, but if you didn't see it, I recommend it. All of this is on Hulu. In fact, yeah, every single one except for the first one, my favorite out of all of them, isn't on Hulu, but it is on YouTube, and you'll find out what the number 1 thing is as long as you keep watching this video. Thank you, I love you, have a good day. Number 3 is Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's the one that out of all the Adult Swim shows, there were times where there were jokes and I'm like, sorry, stay in the frame. There were times where there were jokes and I was like, that's not funny. In fact, that's actually offensive, and it's not like PC culture. Like, no, that was a really stupid joke. Like, that was just a bad joke. What are you doing? And it was more so when you can clearly tell that the writers were just running out of things. Like, one of the jokes in, like, the 100th episode, when they were doing the Scooby-Doo parody, it was, like, a rape joke, and it was just really unnecessary, and it wasn't, like, any sort of commentary, and, like, they even called out within the episode that it wasn't funny and didn't have any commentary, and I was like, why did you do it then? Unless they were, like, making commentary on another show at the time that was, like, one was the whole, I remember with, like, Family Guy, they did, like, a rape joke, like, but, like, it was a TV, I forget the name, Jesus Christ, but when you're watching TV, and, like, there's a little pop-up at the bottom of the screen, they did one where, like, Quagmire, who literally just is a rapist, like, there's no getting around this, I was, like, raping Marge from The Simpsons. It was, like, that level of just, this is just entirely unnecessary. But other than that, especially the earlier seasons that have the original theme song, those are more the episodes that I like. I don't even rewatch the last season, to tell you the truth. I always stop there and then, like, don't watch it for a while because I'm watching something else, and then start from the beginning all over again. I've been watching all of these shows, actually, since I was in elementary school. Not C-Lab 2021. I don't think my sister watched C-Lab 2021, and that's why I didn't watch it when I was little. But the rest of them I've watched since elementary school, and I know that that's actually a bad thing. I know little kids should be watching any of these shows. But I did. So I grew up on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is a very strange thing to say. So, nostalgia. Number 2 is a show that is still on to this day, which is Venture Brothers. I love Venture Brothers. Dean is my favorite. Right now is the current season, so yeah, it's still on to this day, and I've been waiting for this season for a while now. God knows how many times I've rewatched Venture Brothers. Like a lot. Because again, I just put these shows on in the background because I've seen them already. So I'll just have them on, and then I'll, like, half pay attention to it, and then half pay attention to my phone, or my homework, or whatever I'm doing, staring out into space, whatever, multitasking. So I've seen the show God knows how many times. When I was living in Korea, I'd go on the Adult Swim website and stream, because they have a Venture Brothers stream, and I just put that on. It didn't matter where they started in the show, because again, I've seen it so many times. And my number 1, my all-time favorite, forever will be my all-time favorite Adult Swim show. This is a show that existed before Adult Swim, but it is an Adult Swim show because it is licensed as an Adult Swim show and promoted as an Adult Swim show. So if Adult Swim says it's Adult Swim, it's Adult Swim. And that show is Space Ghost Coast to Coast. There will be no Adult Swim show that will ever beat it. It's just up there. Like, it's just Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I grew up on both Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and then for Cartoon Network, I grew up on Cartoon Planet, and know all the lyrics to all the songs and everything. And so Moltar and Zorak and Brack and Space Ghost all have a very special place in my heart. Always will have a very special place in my heart whenever we go visit our family in the state that we now live in, from Michigan, because we drive over here. We would play the CDs and VHS tapes. I'm gonna shut up now. And we still use CDs, but you know what I mean. We would listen to the soundtrack and of Cartoon Planet. Obviously, there isn't really a soundtrack for Space Ghost Coast to Coast. On Space Ghost Coast to Coast was the first time anyone saw the Powerpuff Girls. Like, if you look it up, it's not entirely different, but it's different. Johnny Bravo was on there, and the creator, because they have the special, like this 1 hour special. It's on YouTube. of different creators. One of them is one that ended up not being at least successful with that animation that he had, because I have no idea who he is. But Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, that was all on there for that episode. Yeah, it's a great time. Again, there's like not really, I can backtrack. The Adventure Brothers is basically like the two sons of someone who basically was Johnny Quest, but he's not Johnny Quest because Johnny Quest is in the show, but he had a show similar to Johnny Quest with his dad. And he ends up being, I don't want to call him a loser, but he kind of is. And him and his sons and their bodyguard basically go on all sorts of adventures. I mean, there's way more to it than that, but I don't want to spoil it because at this point, when you say more to the plot of the Venture Brothers, like, you're just spoiling the show. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is actually a spin-off of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. For those that don't know, fun fact of the day, Aqua Teen Hunger Force is, again, a spin-off of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and they were first seen on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. There was only one voice, which was Meatball's voice, that stayed the same. They changed the other two. The other two just became the voices for the aliens. Well, there's several aliens, but the ones that, what's their faces? The pixelized ones. They switched voice actors around, basically, other than Meatwad. I called him Meatball. Leave me alone. I really have seen this show 1,000 times since I was little. I haven't had food all day. So yeah, and you see them on the episode. Crap, what's it called? I'm gonna remember as soon as I stop filming. But it basically is. It's on YouTube. Space Ghost strikes up a deal with a fast food chain. Nonsense ensues. And it's a little fun fact for those who like Aqua Teen Hunger Force but never heard of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. There you go. Yeah, I've seen all these shows again 1,000 times, even though it may not seem like it. And I definitely recommend literally all of them. Again, there's times where it's just stupid, like frat boy humor that don't make any sense. Space Ghost has never done that. Space Ghost was written, they've never succumbed to like modern day Family Guy humor, if you know what I mean. The rest of them have made like jokes that wasn't funny, and then acknowledge it wasn't funny. Again, I think the writers were just trapped for jokes and they just threw things in there all willy-nilly. But other than that, yeah, I heavily recommend all of these shows. Again, Space Ghost is on YouTube, including Cartoon Planet, if you've never seen Cartoon Planet. And the rest of the shows are all on Hulu. I'm not sponsored by Hulu. I'm just saying that they're on Hulu. I'm just letting you know. That's it. Oh, and you know, I didn't include the Brack Show, but I'm going to throw that in with Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Because the Brack Show is a show that... See, I can't do list. The Brack Show is a show that is also very near and dear to me, but it's just a space Ghost Coast to Coast, so it's the same crap. It's just the focus is on Brack, so do that as you may, whatever the saying is. Anyway, if you like this video and you'd like to see more videos, because I am filming another Cartoon Network video right after this, please subscribe and like and comment down below what your favorite Adult Swim shows are. I left out actually a lot of Adult Swim shows because I don't have any interest in them. I've seen Super Jail. What's the other one? It's, China and Illinois. I've seen that too. There's several other ones. I just didn't include them because I don't particularly care. I've seen them, but like I don't have any connect. You know what I mean. But leave down below what your favorite Adult Swim shows are, and if you have the same list or basically the same list as I do, if you missed classic Adult Swim with the commercial bumpers that had old people in the pool, and where you feel like Adult Swim is going, whatever's on your mind. If you're also hungry, comment that you're also hungry. And I'll see you in literally the video I'm about to film literally right after this.